Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah. Welcome. Today I created this pinky pastel-y eyeshadow. I honestly just wanted to get on and do a makeup tutorial because I felt like it had been a minute on my YouTube channel that I had done just like a full makeup tutorial, not a vlog, not a skincare video, not a favorites video. I wanted to just like do my makeup in front of the camera. So I had a lot of fun creating this one. I think this is so fun and pretty for not for fall, for spring. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video if you enjoy it, and leave me a comment below. Also turn on the little bell so that you get a notification every time I upload. Okay, let's jump in. All right guys, I did a little bit of skin prep with my Charlotte's Magic Cream, and I did my brows with my Dear Dahlia, but I figured I would just cut that out and we could start with foundation. I've been loving this foundation lately. This is the Nude Illusion Liquid Foundation from Wander Beauty, and I'm in the shade Light Medium. I also have medium, and I am a little bit tan right now, so I'm gonna mix the two together. I'm gonna do maybe like, ooh, that is a good shade match. We'll do like this much medium. Actually might stick to medium. I love that this foundation has, what is this called, wand? It's kind of like the Shape Tape concealer wand, but you can just put the foundation exactly where you want it instead of having to like put it on the back of your hand and use your beauty sponge. Like, I don't know, it just saves a step. Let's blend this in. I think since I'm gonna focus on the eyes today, I'm just gonna leave this foundation on and go straight to eyes, and then we'll go back and do concealer and the rest of the face. Isn't that such a beautiful foundation? I love it, especially when it's perfect shade match. I have a little bit of my tan Luxe on right now, so this is definitely not my actual shade, and I got a little bit of sun yesterday, so I got a neck pimple, which was like really humbling. Like, honestly, I probably got it 2 weeks ago now, and if you're an OG here, you know, unfortunately, I'm a picker, so I've just been picking this scab on my neck for 2 weeks, so I needed to cover that up. I am gonna do a teeny bit of my Shape Tape just right on my lid, just like that much. And this is gonna serve as my eyeshadow primer. I never really do this step, but when I'm doing a focused eyeshadow look, this helps the color come out a lot more like pigmented and like true to color, since our eyelids have some undertones on them. And then I'm gonna set that with a little bit of my magic powder. Any translucent powder will work, but I like to use my sponge for this as well. So I actually filmed a look with this palette before all the madness, or actually it was like, I think it was the beginning of March, and I went to edit it and all of the footage was blurry, which was so sad because I loved how this look turned out. But anyway, I'm not going to do the exact same thing that I did, but it's going to be similar. I'm going to focus on these shades right here, like these pastel-y pinks and purples. I think these are going to be really fun for spring, and I have been seeing a lot of people do pastel eyeshadow with like a very nude rest of the face, and I love how it looks, so we're gonna go for it. Okay, so even though I'm doing a bright look, you still have to put transition shades down first. You can't just go in with like a pink or a purple. So instead of holding this palette up every time I use it, I'm just gonna tell you the name of the shade, and I will write it on the screen in case you have this Jaclyn palette. By the way, did I mention this is the volume 2 of the Jaclyn palette? I'm gonna start with Perfectionist, and maybe I'll zoom you in. Okay, so Perfectionist, I'm using my R37 from Morphe, placing this in the crease here, and I'm gonna probably just do a full wash of color right here. So anything that's like neutral is gonna work for a transition shade. So if you don't have this palette, you can still create this type of look. You just need similar types of shades, but I will say this palette is 100% worth it. I kind of just want this color to poke out a teeny bit once we add the brighter shade. So I'm kind of just gonna sit here and do this for a little while. Like, I haven't even gone back in the palette more than like twice. I'm just working with what's on my brush and what's already on my lid. I'm also bringing that up right here. So most of my eyelid is coated other than my brow bone. I think that's the only transition shade I'm gonna use because I'm gonna use a couple of different colors. I'm gonna try and keep this as basic as I can for you guys. Also, this new hair popped up about 3 months ago and I don't understand. I am literally alfalfa. No, you know who I am? It's Something About Mary. This is probably aging myself and a lot of you don't even know what that movie is, but that is who I am. So I'm actually gonna go into Therapy Sesh. This is the E25 from Sigma. You can see I still have purple on it from the last time I attempted to look. Therapy Sesh is this really pretty purple shade. So I'm gonna start and I'm just gonna pack this on the outer part of my lid. And I am not swooping or swishing, I am tapping. I just want to get an initial wash of color. So I'm using quite a bit of powder on my spongy. I want this to be like this shape. So this is gonna help my eyeshadow stay where I want it. And basically my guide is the corner of my eye out to my brow. You could also use like tape for this. People use like Scotch tape or whatever. That'll make it like much more defined. But I don't like putting tape on my face, so I'm gonna do this. The more you pack on of this, honestly, the more vibrant it gets. Like the more pastel-y it looks. You could keep it like a really like neutral purple if you didn't want like a ton of pigment, but the more I go back on top of this, the more pastel it looks, and I just think the shade is so flippin' pretty. I just want to make sure you can really see the shade. I feel like it's never going to be as good on camera as it is in person, but this shade honestly is shockingly good. Like, it's unreal. I've never ever used a purple like this in my life. It's almost like you don't want to blend it out. You kind of just want it to sit on the lid. All right, then I'm going to grab my handy dandy E40 and I'm going to blend, but I'm only blending the edge. I'm gonna use this same little brush to dust away that translucent powder and just make sure that line is decent. I love how this one came out. It's like super cut. I'm gonna add a little bit of the shade Certified. It's this white pastel-y shade and I'm gonna just mix it right on top with my finger. And this is just gonna lighten up that purple shade a little bit so it's not so dark. I just want it a teeny bit lighter. And then I'm gonna tap over top with that same E25. It almost makes it even more pastel. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this eye. All right, then I'm gonna go in with a more precise brush. I'm staying in that shade Certified, and I'm just gonna put this right in the inner corner and up. Kind of around where I just was. Like around that purple, pink, like shape that we created. I'm going all the way around, up on my brow bone. Then I'm gonna grab a little bit of Tipsy Girl, which is a more pink shade, and Therapy Sesh, which is that same shade we've been using all over the lid. And I'm gonna just do a little bit of this on the lower lash line, because I want to bring it all together. So I'm using this E17 with nothing on it to just buff out the lower lash line a little bit more. Cool, 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 cool. And then the shade I'm in it is this beautiful iridescent purpley shade. And I'm gonna hit the inner corner and then bring this up on to just like the very inside part of my lid. What do we think? I love it. So I'm gonna leave it at that for eyeshadow. I'm gonna add a little bit of liquid eyeliner. Yep, I'm gonna use the Feline Flick. So let's start. This mirror is dirty. I'm gonna try and wing out this entire eye. What am I saying? So I'm starting at the very inner corner and I'm pulling this all the way out. And I'm gonna try and keep this like along that same line that I created with the translucent powder. So I have this flat brush and I'll just dip this in a little bit of Temptress, which is just pure black. And And I'm gonna pack this on top of the liner, and it's gonna make it just totally matte. Do you see that? So I'm putting a teeny bit of foundation on the back of my hand, taking a clean flat brush, and I'm gonna clean it up with a little bit of this to make it just like really cut. If you can't do a wing or you feel like it never looks like sharp enough, absolutely use like a foundation. So I've been using this Tarte Maneater mascara, and it makes my lashes look insane. So with a thick wing like this, I need my lashes to look long. So I'm just gonna pop this on. Going on with my Shape Tape Concealer. Just gonna blend this out with my sponge. You wanna be careful that you don't go too high and mess up any of the eyeshadow. I'm gonna use the Trip for Two Wander Beauty palette with my Wander Beauty, wow, this is a lot of Wander Beauty products today, a brush. And I'm gonna try and keep this contour like pretty snatched. Okay, so now I can kind of like, now that my eyes are done and we're working on the face, catch you guys up. So we're leaving my brother's house this weekend, and we're gonna go back to our apartment. Just need to get back to reality. I think I have 100 packages waiting for me, so I gotta get my mail. You know, I've been kind of off my routine since we've been here, so I'm very sad to go, but it is time. It is time. All right, that's my bronze situation. I'm gonna actually stay in this palette and go on with this super bright pink blush, but it's perfect for these eyeshadow shades because it makes me look so alive and youthful. Do a little on my nose. But I find that after like 30 minutes to an hour goes by, the makeup has sunk into my skin and it looks 100 times better. So if you're ever like doing your makeup and you're getting stressed because it's not like looking perfect, just give it time. Let it sink in. It's gonna adjust on your skin better over time. All right, I'm just gonna bake a little bit underneath my bronzer. I also like to contour the nose a little bit more with my powder. See how that makes my nose look significantly smaller? I'm gonna do just a little bit of Pillow Talk lip liner just to give my lips kind of like a beginning and an end. So Blankety is this lipstick from MAC that I have been obsessed with. Look at how pretty this shade is. Isn't that so pretty? Such a good nude pink. All right, am I done yet? God. Let's dust all our powder away. And the last thing I'm gonna do is highlighter. I'm gonna use my Becca highlighter. Are you Becca? In the shade Moonstone. These are some of my favorite highlighters. And I'm using my Morphe M301. I don't wanna go crazy, but I just feel like I need a little bit of a pop. All right, I think that's it. I'm gonna set with my Urban Decay All-Nighter. I feel like I miss my face completely every time I do this. And this is the final look, guys. How did we do? What is this awkward wink I'm doing? So fun for spring. I think these pinky shades are to die for in the Jaclyn palette. I can definitely do more tutorials with this palette if you guys want me to, because honestly, I think I used 2 shades in the palette. I love doing a pop of color either on the eye or on the lip and then keeping everything else really neutral. I just think it's so fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I honestly intended on this being a little more chatty than it was, but the eyeshadow took a lot of concentration, so it turned into a little bit more of a tutorial, but I love how the look turned out. Let me know if you guys try it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.